This is from Pro Football Focus. One major 2023 NFL draft takeaway for all of the 32 teams in the NFL. Browns, high-ceiling players have a chance to make this a playoff-caliber team. Even last year, the Browns had one of the best rosters on paper. They just really struggled both with and without Deshaun Watson. Talent level on the roster is still there for them to be a playoff team, and they brought in potential impact players to fill the holes of their roster. So basically, G. Bush, I agree with this. What they're saying is, looks great on paper. Let's see it on the field.
Yep. If you look at what the team is on paper, they definitely have an opportunity to become a playoff team. I think when you go roster position by roster position, group by group, you still have some of the best players in the league. I always say it, man. Look, if you got the best running back in the league, you got arguably one of the best rush-ins in the league. You got arguably one of the best offensive lines in the league. What do you need, bro? Like, you got guys that are grading high in PFF. You know, I'm looking at it from top to bottom. I'm like, wow, like, you know, take a look at free agency. People talk about how good the Browns did in free agency. I haven't seen them get D's or C's or F's or anything in the draft area. So I'm doing the math on this. So if I'm like, I got some existing players. I did fill some holes that I needed to fill. I got one of the top assistants to come in and lead my defense. I got a quarterback that's going to have an offseason for the first time and looks like he's going to change the offense. I got a hungry running back that's back there that's saying, listen, people must have forgot about Nick Chubb. I'm ready to do my thing. And a bunch of new receivers. Listen, man, I don't see where people got the Browns. Some of these guys, the Browns are going to be 5 and something. And I think that's wishful thinking. You wish the wheels are going to fall off. At the end of the day, when you look at this roster has as much talent as any other playoff team out there. All it needs is to come together and it has a lot to do with the quarterback. But on pieces and parts alone, the Browns have been, we've won the Super Bowl on paper the last 3 years.
Yeah. When you look at the roster, especially last year, top end of it was really good. It's when you got into the middle to the bottom. The bottom of that roster had some guys that I just don't think are going to be in the NFL.
No. You're not going to – when you got past the top 20, you started to see there's no depth.
Right.
You started to see, that don't look too good. And you started to watch those other teams, the Eagles, the Chiefs, some of those teams that were going deep into the playoffs, the San Francisco 49ers. They had waves. And think about this. The San Francisco 49ers they were so banged up at quarterback. They thought they're going to have to put Christian McCaffrey back there as the backup, super backup quarterback. Purdy was gone. Then, the other backup came in. He was gone. They had no quarterback. And guess what? They were so deep. They were so deep on defense that the Eagles didn't even blow them out like that. The Eagles was like, we're going to hold on to go to the Super Bowl. But just think how good they were to be able to play without a quarterback and be able in an NFC Championship game to still compete at that level. That's crazy.